where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
Yeah, the troubled performer grew up in the limelight, but he was in and out of rehab.
When he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man. When they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them.
Fans and conspiracy theorists alike have been wondering if Diddy Combs had anything to do with Aaron Carter's unexpected and unexplained death, particularly in light of some bombshell allegations made by none other than 50 Cent. However, before delving into 50's charges, let's take a moment to reflect on the turmoil that surrounded AR in the months preceding his untimely death. The reality is that Aaron's life had been a roller coaster of highs and lows, and his abrupt death has left many issues unanswered, with some accusing Diddy directly. Could there be a more sinister tale behind the headlines?
Yeah, Rick, MB, the street is now cleared. People have been moving in and out of that home behind me all day. And tonight we heard from some of those closest to Aaron Carter, and they all say the same thing. They all share stories of a very kind, loving, caring, humble, yet troubled young man.
Aaron Carter was a name many people recognized, especially those who grew up in the late 90s and early 2000s. He wasn't just the younger brother of Backstreet Boys' Nick Carter. Aaron was a star in his own right. With infectious pop hits like Aaron's Party, Come Get It and his playful teen idol image, he seemed to embody the spirit of a carefree, youthful era. But as Aaron grew older, his life took a darker turn. Once filled with sold-out shows and adoring fans, his world became a constant struggle. He was open about his battles with mental health and faced challenges that would test anyone's strength. By the 2010s, Aaron was far from the teen idol many remembered. He had endured intense family feuds, public struggles, and personal hardships. Despite everything, Aaron remained candid about his experiences. Known for speaking his mind on social media and in interviews, he wasn't afraid to call out those he believed had wronged him or to hint at the darker side of the entertainment industry. It was this raw openness that made his untimely passing feel even more tragic, and to some, suspicious.
You're 29, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so this started when you were 7, because one of the things that I've noticed with you, and God bless you, because the stress you're under, but then on top of that, everything's out there. After the DUI, I know that hurts you. Because again,
Alleged
more public
DUI.
Alleged DUI.
On November 5, 2022, Aaron Carter was found unresponsive at his home in Lancaster, California. Initial reports offered few details, with authorities stating that further investigations were underway. Months later, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner coroner ruled his death accidental, citing drowning exacerbated by substances found in his system. However, this explanation didn't sit well with everyone. Close friends, family members, and even fans began to question the official narrative. Why? Because in the days and weeks leading up to his tragic passing, Aaron had been sharing cryptic and concerning messages, particularly on social media. Aaron was vocal about feeling unsafe, often expressing fears that people were watching or following him. He even stated that he believed someone was out to harm him. Those closest to him revealed that his fears weren't just passing paranoia. Aaron genuinely felt his life was in danger. He had reached out to certain individuals, hinting that he possessed critical information about powerful figures in the entertainment industry. One name, in particular, reportedly came up repeatedly in his conversations: Diddy Combs.
She hadn't seen him all day Friday, and then decided she always gave him coffee in the morning, made coffee for him. So she went to his door, his bedroom door, and knocked on it, and then heard the dog in an extremely agitated state inside Aaron's bedroom. And that's when she decided she would open the door, and she discovered him. But it looks, Brad, like he had been for some time.
Let's set the record straight. Aaron Carter and Diddy weren't exactly close. They moved in different circles for the most part. However, Aaron's early and prominent presence in the music industry meant he had crossed paths with numerous influential figures, and Diddy was undoubtedly one of them. Over the years, rumors have swirled around Diddy, alleging his involvement in activities that go far beyond running a successful record label. He's been linked to some of the most mysterious and tragic events in the entertainment world. For someone like Aaron, who was never afraid to speak his mind, being privy to certain information could have put him in a precarious position. Just days before his passing, Aaron posted an intriguing message on Twitter addressed to none other than Ye. The tweet simply read, "Yay, let's talk man to man." At first glance, it might seem like just another one of Aaron's tweets, but under the circumstances, it raises questions. What was Aaron trying to convey? Was he reaching out to someone he thought could relate to his struggles? Or was he trying to unburden himself, perhaps feeling the weight of secrets he believed were too dangerous to keep? Aaron had been vocal about the darker aspects of the music industry, and Ye, too, has made controversial statements about the entertainment world, often accusing powerful figures of controlling and manipulating artists' lives. Could Aaron have been trying to warn Ye about something larger? Something he believed could put both their lives at risk?
My family knows. Before I did the show, the doctors, they knew that I was taking Xanax and stuff like that, and that I was going to actually psychiatrists to do that. I know that there is no happy ending to any of those medications.
Proud of you for realizing that.
What makes Aaron Carter's tweet even more chilling is that it was one of his last public messages. Just after reaching out to Ye, Aaron was gone. Fans quickly began to speculate about the true meaning behind his message. Was it just a casual conversation he was seeking, or was he planning to reveal something far more significant? Many believe it was the latter, especially since Aaron had been hinting at knowing uncomfortable truths about the music industry. And if those truths involved someone as powerful as Diddy, it's not hard to understand why Aaron might have been afraid. In the weeks leading up to his passing, Aaron wasn't just grappling with personal issues. He was actively investigating conspiracy theories related to Hollywood and the entertainment industry. Close friends revealed that Aaron had become obsessed with uncovering how certain stars were treated and manipulated by powerful figures behind the scenes. He believed there was a hidden network of control operating within Hollywood, one that he felt trapped in. It wasn't just paranoia. Aaron reportedly confided in friends that he was being threatened. He spoke of receiving strange phone calls and messages that made him fear for his life. Some sources claim he even believed people were watching his every move, waiting for him to slip up. His behavior became increasingly erratic, but those who knew him best said it wasn't a loss of touch with reality. It was genuine fear.
Thought Diddy would be throwing all his celebrity mates under the bus.
I mean, that could potentially be coming when it's time for court and when it's time for him to testify. But what we're seeing right now is how important public relations really are to Sean Combs. He's desperately trying to control the narrative behind bars, allowing his attorneys to do.
Here's where things get even more intriguing. On the night before Aaron was found, he had been in contact with several people. While the details of these conversations remain unclear, reports surfaced that Aaron's phone was found in a different location from where his body was discovered. At first glance, this might seem like a minor detail, but for those familiar with true crime cases, misplaced belongings can sometimes be a red flag. Aaron's friends confirmed that he was inseparable from his phone, always using it, always connected. So why was it found away from him? Was he trying to leave a message for someone, or did someone else play a role in those final moments? As more information trickled in, the case surrounding Aaron's passing grew murkier. Unlike most cases that fade out of the public eye after an official cause is determined, Aaron's situation felt different. Rumors began to circulate that federal investigators were taking a closer look. Insiders hinted that certain figures in the entertainment industry were quietly being investigated for their potential involvement. And yes, according to some reports, Diddy's name was on that list.
I came here today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see.
Why though? Why would someone as powerful and successful as Diddy Combs have anything to do with Aaron Carter? The answer may lie in the fact that Aaron knew something. He'd have been investigating various conspiracy theories and reportedly uncovered information that could damage the careers of high-profile figures. Whether it was about Diddy's alleged ties to shady activities or something even more dangerous, Aaron seemed to believe he had stumbled upon a secret that could put his life at risk. Let's not forget, Diddy's name has long been linked to mysterious events in the entertainment world. He's been associated with high-profile incidents, including the tragic deaths of Tupac Shakur and the notorious Big. While none of these connections have been proven, the repeated appearance of Diddy's name in these situations raises questions. Could Aaron have discovered something about Diddy's past that made him a target? Or was Aaron simply caught in the crossfire of a much larger power struggle within the entertainment industry?
The U.S. judge has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male sex workers across state lines to take part in recorded performances. If convicted, he could face a life sentence.
Aaron Carter's cryptic messages, increasing paranoia, and sudden passing have led many to believe his story isn't as simple as it seems. With federal investigators reportedly digging deeper into his case, more revelations may be on the horizon. Could Aaron's death be part of a larger pattern of silencing those who know too much? And if so, what role did Diddy play in all of this? One thing is clear, Aaron's story is far from over. As more details emerge, the public is left with more questions than answers. While some view Aaron's passing as a tragic accident, others suspect it was the result of something far more sinister. The chilling possibility that Aaron was silenced for what he knew cannot be easily dismissed. As we continue to piece together the puzzle of Aaron Carter's life and death, Diddy's name remains a shadow over the entire narrative.
And the only person that really put their hands on women really is men who have feminine traits. So, it really takes a coward to put his hands on a woman. So, a man is so strong enough, we can just walk away. You can do, it's so many different things that you can do other than get upset, put your hands on a woman. But that comes from a man who's not quite a grown man.
Then there's the matter of Diddy's infamous parties, which have long been the subject of rumors and speculation. These events, attended by some of the biggest names in Hollywood, were allegedly more than just glamorous gatherings. According to various sources, they were meetings where powerful figures would come together, discuss business, and potentially engage in activities better kept out of the public eye. Having been in the industry for so long, Aaron Carter likely attended some of these parties, or at least knew people who had. Could it be that Aaron witnessed or overheard something at one of these gatherings that put him in danger? The rumors about Diddy's parties have persisted for years, with many claiming they were hotbeds for illicit activities. Some even suggest these gatherings served as a way for Diddy to maintain control over certain people in the industry. By inviting them to these exclusive events, he could keep them close, ensure their loyalty, and possibly use whatever they saw or did against them if necessary. If Aaron had attended these parties or knew someone who had, it's possible he had information that could have been damaging to Diddy and his empire. And if that's the case, it's easy to see why Aaron might have felt threatened.
Right, well, Kim Porter, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children, has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands. Oh, no. And this is all in a memoir.
The truth is, we may never fully know what Aaron Carter discovered or what he intended to reveal, but the fact that he was reaching out to people like Ye and hinting at something bigger suggests he was onto something significant. Whether it was about Diddy or someone else in the entertainment industry, Aaron believed he had uncovered a secret that could change everything. Tragically, he didn't live long enough to share it with the world. As we continue to explore the details of Aaron's life and passing, one thing is becoming clear: there's more to this story than meets the eye. The connections between Aaron, Diddy, and the mysterious circumstances surrounding his death are too compelling to ignore. With federal investigators reportedly looking into the case, it's only a matter of time before more information comes to light. Whether this will lead to answers or raise more questions remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Aaron Carter's story is far from over.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the shoe have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there.
And that's where we leave you for now. The mystery surrounding Aaron Carter's passing is still unfolding, and with each new revelation, the story only grows more complicated. As we dig deeper into these connections, one question remains. Could Diddy really be involved in something far more sinister than anyone ever imagined? Stay tuned, because this story is just beginning to unravel. But there's another twist to the tale. Where does 50 Cent fit into all of this? Why, of all people, is he pointing fingers at Diddy and making bold claims about Aaron Carter's untimely death? To understand that, we need to take a closer look at the long, bitter history between 50 Cent and Diddy. It's no secret that these two have clashed publicly over the years, but what's fascinating is how deep their feud runs and how it might tie into these current accusations. 50 Cent, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, has built a reputation for being one of the most outspoken figures in the music industry. He's never been one to bite his tongue, and over the years, he's targeted some of the biggest names in the game. But his beef with Diddy? That's a whole different level. The tension between these two has been simmering for over a decade, and it's far more than just a business rivalry. Some say it's personal, while others believe it's about something much darker.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
It all began in the mid-2000s when 50 Cent released a track called The Bomb, in which he threw serious shade at Diddy. In the song, 50 suggested that Diddy might have been involved in the mysterious passing of the notorious Big, one of Diddy's closest friends and collaborators. The lyrics were bold, blunt, and left little to the imagination. 50 didn't hold back, implying that Diddy knew more than he was letting on about the circumstances surrounding Biggie's death. This was a massive accusation, and while Diddy brushed it off at the time, it planted a seed that has only grown larger over the years. So why would 50 Cent make such a claim? Some believe that 50 had access to insider information because of his own connections in the industry. After all, 50 wasn't just a rapper. He was a major player in the hip-hop world with ties to some of the biggest names in the business. It's possible that he'd heard things that others were too afraid to speak about publicly. And if 50 was willing to make such a bold statement about Biggie and Diddy back then, who's to say he didn't know a few more dark secrets about Diddy that he's been keeping under wraps?
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
Fast forward to today, and 50 Cent's accusations have taken on new significance. While the initial feud between him and Diddy began with claims about Biggie, it now appears that 50 believes Diddy's influence extends far beyond that one incident. In fact, 50 has repeatedly hinted that Diddy has been involved in, or at the very least aware of, multiple suspicious events in the entertainment industry, including Aaron Carter's tragic death. To 50, Diddy represents something much bigger, a symbol of unchecked power that certain figures in the entertainment world wield, often with devastating consequences. But here's where things get even more intriguing. While 50 Cent has always been vocal about his distrust of Diddy, his recent comments have taken on a more personal tone. It's no longer just about a business rivalry. It feels like 50 is on a mission to expose what he believes is a dangerous undercurrent in the industry, one that he believes Diddy is at the center of. And when you consider the fact that Aaron Carter had been expressing similar fears before his passing, it's not hard to see why 50 might be connecting the dots. In interviews, 50 has been outspoken about his disdain for Diddy's lifestyle and business practices. He has often referred to Diddy's infamous parties as places where uncomfortable truths were hidden. According to 50, these events were more than just wild gatherings. They were about maintaining control over people, keeping them in line, and ensuring that certain secrets stayed buried. For someone like Aaron, who was reportedly investigating these secrets, attending one of these parties or even knowing too much could have put him in a dangerous position.
It was all, insecurities. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity. So when you see someone doing that, you can imagine everything else that.
The idea that 50 Cent has insight or knowledge about Diddy is more than just speculation. Over the years, 50 has built a reputation as someone who knows what's going on behind the scenes in the music industry, and he's never been afraid to speak up about it. This is the same guy who's had very public feuds with everyone from Ja Rule to Rick Ross, and in many cases, he's come out on top. So when 50 Cent speaks, people tend to listen, even if they don't always believe him right away. What makes 50's accusations against Diddy particularly compelling is the timing. It's no coincidence that 50 has been ramping up his comments about Diddy just as Aaron Carter's case is making headlines again. 50 has a knack for knowing when to strike, and it seems like he's chosen this moment to target Diddy because he believes there's something much bigger at play. Maybe it's because of what Aaron was hinting at before his passing, or maybe 50 himself has been collecting information over the years and feels like now is the right time to share it. Either way, one thing is clear. 50 Cent is determined to expose what he sees as a pattern of behavior that goes far beyond just one or two isolated incidents.
Although interestingly, we haven't seen the indictments yet. There's been some time lag. I suppose it will take some time to go through all the forensic, evidence.
To truly understand how deep the feud between 50 Cent and Diddy goes, you have to look at the bigger picture. For years, 50 Cent has been building his empire not only in music, but in television, film, and business. He's become one of the most successful and influential figures in entertainment, and along the way, he's gained first-hand insight into how the industry works. He's witnessed how powerful people can manipulate situations to their advantage, and he's never been afraid to call them out for it. In many ways, 50 sees himself as a whistleblower, someone willing to speak up when others are either too scared or too invested in the system to do so. That brings us back to Diddy. As one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, Diddy has built an empire that spans decades. He's worked with some of the biggest names in music, launched successful businesses, and solidified his place as a mogul. But with that immense power comes intense scrutiny, and 50 Cent has positioned himself as one of Diddy's loudest critics. Over the years, 50's accusations have shifted from simple business rivalry to something far more personal. He's no longer just questioning Diddy's business practices, he's now questioning Diddy's character and the role he might have played in the darker, more sinister aspects of the entertainment industry.
Documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not, so this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie.
One of the most intriguing aspects of the 50 Cent and Diddy feud is how 50 has framed himself as the hero of the story. In his mind, he's the one standing up to the powerful, the one willing to expose the things others would rather keep hidden. He's positioned Diddy as the villain, the embodiment of everything that's wrong with the industry. Whether or not you believe 50's claims, there's no denying that he's been effective in drawing attention to the issues he's raised. So what does 50 Cent actually believe happened to Aaron Carter? While he hasn't laid out a detailed theory, his comments suggest he believes Diddy had some level of involvement or, at the very least, knowledge about the events leading up to Aaron's passing. 50 has hinted that Aaron knew too much about certain people in the industry and that his openness about his struggles and fears may have made him a target. In one interview, 50 even suggested that Aaron's passing could be part of a larger pattern in which individuals who uncover too many secrets about the entertainment industry's dark side end up in dangerous situations.
Go back to that 50 Cent post, and I'm gonna tell you why 50 is literally is a diabolical genius.
It's important to remember that 50 Cent isn't throwing out these accusations recklessly. He's a strategic thinker who knows how to use his platform to sway public opinion. By linking Aaron Carter's passing to Diddy, 50 isn't just reigniting an old feud. He's making a broader statement about the power dynamics in the entertainment industry. He's suggesting that there are hidden forces at play, forces that can control the careers and even the lives of those who step out of line. So where does this leave us? On one hand, you have 50 Cent, a man who's built a career exposing the powerful and challenging what he sees as injustices in the industry. On the other hand, you have Diddy, a mogul who's built an empire, now at the center of a storm of accusations. The truth, as always, likely lies somewhere in the middle. But as more individuals come forward with their own stories, it's becoming harder to ignore the possibility that this feud is about much more than just business rivalry.
There's different things that's not really beef though, that's just competitive.
Competitiveness.
All right, so you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't really rock with him.
Okay,
like that.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and until the next time, keep asking questions. Do you believe that 50 Cent's claims about Diddy and Aaron Carter are true, or is this just another phase in their long-running feud? Could the entertainment industry be concealing secrets this sinister?